Previously on Smart Mobility Today, we shared news about engineering and innovation, flying taxis, autonomous shuttles, data centers, and powering an AI brain. This week's show includes news about the Great Lakes and water sustainability, energy innovation, and autonomous robots.
You've got something to say, and we can help you say it. Detroit Media Productions is here for your audio, photography, and video needs. DetroitMediaProductions.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Polakowski. The Great Lakes account for more than 80% of North America's surface freshwater, providing drinking water to 30 million people. Leaders of the communities most impacted, ranging from Chicago to Toronto, are working together to advocate for their interests to protect this immense water resource. The group is called the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Cities Initiative, a multinational coalition of municipal leaders founded by Chicago Mayor Richard M. Daley in 2003. Since then, membership has grown to over 425 mayors and other leaders of municipalities in the region. This month, members traveled to Washington, meeting with lawmakers and advocating for issues critical to the Great Lakes. And more on this story. The advocates in Washington this month were participating in Great Lakes Water Day. This year is the 20th anniversary of the day that has been bringing together policy experts, scientists, environmentalists, and business people. This year's gathering is additionally important because a major Great Lakes restoration program is set to expire this year. With infrastructure funding nearing its end, advocates for freshwater resources are pressing Congress to maintain support for the clean water programs across the Great Lakes region. Specifically, they are asking for the reauthorization of the federal Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. That program is a bipartisan effort launched in 2010, responsible for the investment of more than $5 billion supporting nearly 9,000 restoration projects. Without its renewal, organizations supporting sciences, farmers, and fishers would lose support. Advocates assert that for every dollar spent, there is a $3 economic benefit. To find out more about this issue, go to the blue dot link at globalautomobility.com to register for news and event updates. Voyager Technologies is making a multi-million-dollar investment in lunar habitat development firm Max Space to accelerate the development of expandable modules for moon missions. These Artemis moon bases are envisioned as permanent habitats, infrastructure for NASA's Artemis lunar missions. The modules are inflatable and expand to provide more habitable volume than traditional metal structures. Like a TARDIS, they're bigger on the inside than the outside. They will also help lower launch costs due to their compact and lighter footprint. We met Haseeb Khan at Wayne State University as part of our Astemo Engineering Careers Tour. You may have seen his interview a few weeks back in Global Automobility. I caught up with him recently and we talked about his take on recent innovation news, plus what he is up to these days. Here is that conversation. Today we have a guest speaking to us. This is Haseeb Khan, who just graduated from Wayne State University. He was one of our interviews that was recently featured in Global Automobility on the Astemo Engineering Careers Tour, the Future of Engineering Careers Tour. So we're excited to have you back. And first of all, I'd like to know, what have you been up to in the last few months?
Well, first, good morning, Cindy. It's nice speaking with you again. For the past few months, I've kind of just been working. The startup I've been working at for the past 3 years, I got a full-time offer, so I'm just continuing that path. I'm also continuing to work on my own things on the side as well.
So the two of us talked about articles that hit you and I in the two recent editions of Global Automobility. And one of the things you brought up was innovation hubs. And we just featured a piece on the AGE Fisher Foundation starting a new innovation hub at Purdue University. Now, if I recall correctly, you work at New Lab, which is the innovation hub connected to Michigan Central Station that the Ford Motor Company recently renovated. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
Now, just for everybody out there, Haseeb has how many companies under your belt that you've done startups with?
I worked with one for the past 3 years. That's located in New Lab, and I also have two I'm working on myself.
Okay, that's what I thought. So when I looked at the article about the innovation hubs, what it does to me is, first of all, it makes me jealous that when I was up and coming in high school and college, that I wasn't directed that direction. But just
Hmm.
the idea that you have people willing to fund you and stand behind you as you think stuff up and work through all the problems. Have you noticed a lot of support being in that atmosphere?
Yeah, so I feel like these innovation hubs are growing significantly because of the opportunity they provide and the kind of growth they provide to the people and the city themselves. So New Lab, for example, has basically kind of changed Detroit in a good way. So they're opening more new labs in other cities across the country and the world as well. So these innovation hubs are kind of gaining popularity in the past like 5 to 10 years. University of Michigan is opening up an innovation hub in Detroit, and they're basically advancing all technology. I feel like it makes it a lot easier for people like me to basically think of an idea, meet with investors, meet with people, network with people, and kind of just learn more about the field I'm in and other fields.
That's great. I am, like I said, I'm jealous. Just the idea of having that kind of support system, and right here in the Detroit area, which is wonderful, and all around the country. But of course, I'm a Detroit girl, so anytime
Yeah.
wonderful things happen in Detroit, I'm out there pumping it up.
Yeah.
The other thing that we both of us noticed was this free-form metal printing, which I think is just so cool. I did not grow up with 3D printers available at my
Mhm.
fingertips. So that idea just enthralls me. Do you ever use them in any of the stuff you're doing?
Yeah. So one of my main roles in the startup I work on called SB is just prototyping.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of 3D printing. Metal 3D printing, I don't do much of, but New Lab, the facility does have a metal 3D printer I have access to. So if I did need it, I could use it. And I do look forward to using it soon. The one thing about all this, like 3D printing, metal 3D printing, for example, like it's going to advance manufacturing, I think, significantly. All this kind of stuff is kind of mainly because of these innovation hubs. Like these innovation hubs kind of push people to do more.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you have these metal 3D printers, people get new ideas and then, oh, I can do this, I can do this. And it kind of just pushes all technology forward. So it'll push manufacturing forward, advanced manufacturing, different types of manufacturing. That can also play a role in advancing, robotics, drones, space travel type stuff.
Absolutely, because it cuts down on that innovation, that hands-on figuring out how to create, doing the micro measurements to get things correct. For anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, this particular company that was featured in our newsletter, they have 18 lasers that combine metal powders to create what they're building, what they're trying to actually print out. So you get these precise metal parts when you need them, which is just wonderful. Yeah.
And you can make more complicated, I guess, products or
Very
parts
intricate.
as well.
Yeah. Very intricate
So
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the one of the startups I'm working on called Engineering, that one is mainly focused on applying advanced manufacturing principles to older technology to just improve upon it. And then obviously, you patent the improvements, you sell it to an existing customer base. So you can basically make things better, smaller, more efficient with these new tools coming out. And these innovation hubs also kind of, give us access to them a lot easier too.
And what's interesting about this is it's not eliminating a process, it's streamlining a process, because these parts were created in a manufacturing setting originally, but what you're doing is you're just creating them better by the use of the printer.
Exactly. So a lot of people think that 3D printing with metal is expensive. It's this, it's that, it's slow, it's whatever. But I mean, everything starts somewhere. So I feel like in a few years, people have to, I mean, it's going to be used no matter what. It's going to get advanced. It's going to advance more and it's going to get better.
I mean, how thick was a television when you were a little kid? You know, what was the depth of something like that versus, you know, the Apple Watch on your wrist now? You know,
yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I remember I'm kind of young. I'm 24, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I remember a 4K TV when they came out. They were like thousands of dollars.
That's right.
Now you can pick one up for like $300. It's not even like a crazy thing anymore.
Yeah, one of my fondest childhood memories was I was over at my best friend's house across the street, and her father was sitting at the kitchen table, and he was staring at the wall, and he was like, "Cindy, someday televisions are going to be able to just hang on the wall like that picture." You know, now they're on your wrist. You know, so it's incredible. It's a lot of fun. The one thing that hit me, and you mentioned, I think in another use. But one of our articles, we're talking about trying to make robots cute so that they're more accepted by humans. And I think your take on it was robots in manufacturing, which are not cute at all. They just do the job. Do you find it interesting that you've got this manufacturing robot doing this specific, you know, simple task, and now we've got the creation of the more humanoid robots, both in factories and probably not far off in homes?
My thoughts on this cute robot thing are it's more of just like a way to increase the demand for robots for the society in general, for normal people.
Mm-hmm.
So that drives more interest, that drives more money to the robotic industry, which brings more more money in the industry means more innovation, more ideas, more people.
Right.
So these cute robots are a good way to increase the adoption rate of robotics into normal society. But making something aesthetic sometimes takes away from the usability of it. For manufacturing, for example, you're making all these robotics. You want something that works in space, in a manufacturing hub, and underwater, whatever you're building. You want it to work for that first. And then if it looks pretty, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know.
I don't think in a manufacturing setting that we need any smiles on the arm of the robot machine. So, you know.
Yeah, you can add some stickers if you want, but that's not what you're gonna get.
Well, it has been absolutely wonderful catching up with you again. So now that you're out, what's the next thing that you plan to do? Obviously, you said that you've moved on and you've got a full-time position now.
Yeah. So I didn't realize how much time school was taking up
a lot
from my schedule. So now I have a lot more free time, but I started taking on a lot more projects for my own personal stuff. So that time has been filled up immediately, and I feel like I'm running out of time again. It makes it fun though. You got to stay busy. So like,
that's right.
If I have a fun idea, I'll talk to one of my friends about it. And that's how my other startup came about, which is a BioLink I mentioned in the other interview. We're just building robots based off of like animals and nature and stuff. So that's kind of more of a fun thing that also has could be used. Yeah, a lot of practical use.
Absolutely. Yeah. I find it interesting that you said you didn't know how much time school took up. When you actually have a job and they release you from every free moment is taken up with, I should be studying, I should be researching this, I should be doing. So even if you're not doing it, you're feeling guilty about not doing it and not really attacking the things you want to do. So congratulations on having free time.
Yeah. The last weekend I was sitting at home. I was just sitting there doing nothing. I was like, should I be doing homework? Should I be doing something? Am I passing my classes? But I graduated. I'm good now.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on graduating.
Thank you.
The best luck in this first step of probably all sorts of creative jobs in your life. Have wonderful success at the hub, and maybe we'll check back with you and see how life is treating you.
Yeah, I actually have a pitch event on April 27th at Wayne State.
Oh, good luck.
So I have that going on soon, and then hopefully after that, also doing some SBIR government funding stuff soon. So hopefully in a few months I have some more stuff to share.
Excellent. Good luck to you. And again, we were talking with Haseeb Khan, and thanks for your time.
Yep. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
automotive Ethernet has evolved from a simple data transfer technology into a backbone for next-generation vehicle architectures. Learn more about the training offered by Intrepid Control Systems at globalautomobility.com.
This week, the Battery Show Asia announced its inaugural Women Leaders in Energy Awards. The program honored 16 trailblazing women leading the future of energy in the Asia-Pacific region. The Battery Show presents an international platform focused on innovation in EVs, energy storage, and battery technology. Awards recognized achievements in sustainability, technology, as well as work involving industry energy transformation. The creators of the Women Leaders in Energy Award hoped it will encourage girls and women to consider energy as a career choice. Researchers at the University of Illinois Granger College of Engineering have created a magnetic film with a hexagonal honeycomb structure. The structure causes spin waves to act like electrons in graphene. Spin waves are the disturbances that ripple through the magnetic ordering of a material. Getting them to behave like graphene matters because this new material has the potential to make possible the development of low energy and smaller computing and communication devices. We will be right back.
All right, ready. All right, I'm ready. No, that's fine. All right, ready.
More water. I know.
But I can give it a go. Presenting.
Too many. I did.
Hey, shut the door.
We'll be right back. No sense. Okay.
Freelancers, gig workers, and entrepreneurs are creating the future of work. Subscribe to our weekly newsletter at workshifter.com and follow us at Workshifter on social media.
Remember 10 or so years ago hearing the predictions that AVs would be dominant by today? That goal of vehicle autonomy has been tough to reach. A recent piece in Forbes points out that the decade of investment in development and testing of AVs has actually been an important part of developing advanced autonomous robots. That includes technologies shared by AVs and robots, things like LiDAR, sensors, and AI. The deployment of autonomous robots, unlike AVs, is also expected to be faster due to their use in closed and controlled environments, as well as their role in solving labor shortages. And more on robots. A piece in Gizmodo entitled "These Self-Configuring Modular Robots May One Day Rule the World" describes how modular robotic units are capable of autonomously assembling into diverse forms without the involvement of humans. The modules each have their own sensors, actuators, and power, meaning that they can change their structure as a way of adapting to their environment. Each of these parts, or autonomous modular legs, is a combination of cylinders joined to a central sphere, and a single unit is capable of pivoting around that sphere, rolling and launching itself into the air. Although not quite ready for prime time, these modular robots are an important development. Finally, how are we impacted by the human qualities that are part of a robot's design? In a study published in the journal Emotion, robots that mimic the sound of human breathing, as if breathless, can cause a fear response in nearby humans. Fluffy robots with motorized rib cages simulated breathing, and when held by humans, either mimicked fearful breathing or normal breathing. All of this while watching clips from The Shining. For people hugging the robots with scared breathing, they experienced fear and experienced it more than the participants interacting with robots whose breathing was not fearful or still.
Read these stories and more at globalautomobility.com and subscribe to Smart Mobility Today on your favorite podcast platform. Sign up to receive our weekly newsletter and follow us on social media at Smart Mobility Today. Produced by Detroit Media Productions, this is Smart Mobility Today.